Right now, an imbalance of hydrogen ions is shaping every thought you have. Stop thinking about focus as a willpower issue or just needing more sleep. The true engine room of your cognition isn't motivation. It's chemistry itself, the subtle pH balance inside your nervous system. Imagine your brain's synaptic network like the conductor of a complex orchestra. If the chemical tuning mechanism is off by even a tiny fraction, those neural musicians can play in harmony. We are talking about how specific metabolic waste products directly affect the microscopic gates on every neuron, changing its resting potential and altering the rhythm of thought entirely. This isn't just acid-base homeostasis, it's the fundamental signature of deep mental clarity. Ever feel that mental static? That persistent haze even when you've slept enough? It's not just stress, it could be chemistry. We are discovering that the precise balance of acid and base in your cerebrospinal fluid acts like a tuning knob for every single neural connection. A subtle shift, sometimes less than zero. One pH unit throws off our fundamental electrical signals, the language neurons use to talk. Think of thought clarity not as volume control, but as frequency stability on a high-fidelity radio receiver. When the internal chemistry drifts, you lose signal fidelity. Optimized metabolism isn't just fuel, it's the maintenance crew for your brain's operating system. When you feel that mental fog, it's not just stress or lack of sleep. It might be something far more fundamental, a subtle chemistry problem deep inside your cells. Imagine your brain is an incredibly sensitive electrical circuit board. If the acid-base balance shifts even slightly, those tiny components misfire. We are talking about bicarbonate buffering directly changing how neurons fire and connect. This isn't abstract theory. It's what dictates whether you achieve that state of pure mental equilibrium. It changes signal integrity itself, which means something nobody expected for sustained focus. The most stable high-order thought requires perfect internal chemistry, like maintaining a precisely calibrated engine. You have to get inside the machine next. Stop thinking of this as a diet or a supplement issue. We're moving past feeling foggy. We are talking about tuning the very architecture of your thoughts using internal chemical dynamics. Think of it like adjusting an ancient radio dial. Your blood and cerebrospinal fluid pH aren't just stable markers, they act as master controls for ion channels inside every single neuron. Tiny metabolic shifts change byproduct concentrations, altering resting membrane potential, literally changing how fast and reliably your brain can fire a signal. It's fundamental network rhythmicity being governed by acidity levels. Yet some neurochemists argue that external factors are the dominant driver in plasticity kinetics, contradicting this idea of internal control. But if pH really is that critical dial, what happens when we push past equilibrium? It's not just how much energy you have that matters, it's its precise quality. Imagine your neural network is a finely tuned orchestra, and subtle shifts in internal pH are like humidity changes affecting every instrument simultaneously. A minor imbalance doesn't cause an outage, it causes dissonance, the mental fog everyone talks about. This chemistry dictates the resting potential of individual neurons. We know specific metabolic byproducts directly modulate those critical ion channels that govern firing frequency. The membrane voltage is being tuned by acid-base shifts. But what happens next when that signal propagates across a synaptic junction fundamentally changes how we perceive reality itself? What if that mental fog you feel isn't just stress or sleep deprivation? What if it is, fundamentally, a chemical signal? It's not about feeling tired, it's about the precise voltage of your internal signaling system. Think of neural networks like an immense orchestra. When the acid-base balance shifts even slightly, a microscopic pH change, you are subtly changing every musician's instrument tuning. This isn't abstract science. This is how subtle fluctuations in metabolic chemistry directly determine whether you achieve primal clarity or fall into a state of disconnection. But here's the unsettling part. We always assumed brain function was independent enough to overcome these chemical tides. And that assumption might be wrong. The architecture of your thoughts is not built solely by intention, it's tuned by chemistry. Imagine your neural network as a grand orchestral piece, and metabolic balance isn't just the rhythm section, it's the conductor adjusting every microdial on every instrument. Subtle shifts in systemic pH or energy availability can throw that entire symphony out of key, creating that persistent internal fog. The critical takeaway is this. Achieving deep focus requires stabilizing your inner environment before you optimize output. Focus intensely not just on what you eat, but how stable the chemical flow truly is across your whole system. It's about finding true equilibrium in the fundamental mechanics of life itself. The full research archive is at jmthomasofficial.com. The fog isn't usually just stress or lack of sleep. What if your thoughts are being tuned by invisible chemistry? Imagine a radio dial. Metabolic balance is the knob setting the frequency for optimal clarity in your brain. When that acid-base equilibrium shifts, even subtly, it changes how electrical signals fire across every synapse. It's why feeling foggy isn't just mental fatigue. It can be physiological instability influencing everything from glutamatergic function to microglial response. Your takeaway is simple. Prioritize the subtle metabolic supports for stability over dramatic spikes in energy. Focus on consistent cellular efficiency. The full research archive is at jmthomasofficial.com.